practice for anchor text when backlinking from tier 3 to tier 2 properties. Should use broad, exact, branded. Don't use exact. You could use broad. I wouldn't use branded from tier 3 to tier 2. Tier 2 to tier 1, sure. Especially if you're linking to, like, well, really any type of social profile or citations. It would make sense to link to those using the company name, the brand name, right? But I wouldn't link from tier 3 to tier 2 links with brand name. That wouldn't make sense. Don't go exact either. Use very broad keywords,
Yeah.
or just use a lot of URL anchors or generics. You can use generics too.
Yeah, sorry, Cesar, but I usually go for 90% broad and URLs
Yep.
because otherwise, if you're using branded from tier 3, when you look for the brand name, when you're looking for the actual brand in Google, it will pop up all over the place with a ton of shitty links,
Yep.
So be careful about that when using branded on your tier 3s. Try using broad, like really broad. If you can import your own keyword lists into GSA, that's better. Or URLs, like I do 90% of those, 10% citations or something like that.
Yep. And that's what I'm saying. I mean, it doesn't really make sense either to be using brand as an anchor from tier 3 to tier 2, because if somebody's clicking on a brand name, they're expecting to go to one of your branded properties. And one of your branded properties would be your tier 1 properties for the most part, right? Or your actual website, your money site.
Right.
So if somebody clicks from a link with a brand name and it takes them to another article with another link that clicks to it, to me it's bad for the user too. You know what I mean? So I would just, not that the user's ever going to find your tier 3 links, but you never know. But I wouldn't do it. I would just go with broad, like Hernan said, and URL anchors, and then maybe sprinkle some generics in there. Geo modifier, no. No. In fact, I very rarely use exact match anchors now at all, even for tier 1 links to my money site with the geo modifier. I'll use them very, very sparingly. I go with broad keywords, URL, and brand for my money sites now. I'm using less generics now than I am even broad keywords for anchor text profiles to money sites, because it just makes sense, guys. Like for a while, we had to use a bunch of generics like click here, learn more, find out more here, website, those kind of like generic terms. But I've actually been testing most probably, I don't know, 70 to 80% is all brand and URL anchors now. And then I'll use some broad match and then a few generics and then some partial match or partial match with brand or long strings of anchor text so that it helps with mobile search, that sort of thing. Okay. What anchor should you use when blasting your Web 2.0 properties? Again, go with broad. Go with broad mainly in URL anchors. Okay.